Are you going to let something stop you and get in the way of the life that you want when life is so damn short, when we really don't know how long we have here or how long we have here even in good health? It's like restrictive and abusive on yourself if you really think about it. It's like you're a prisoner to yourself by trying to keep yourself safe. You're really allowing that fear to control you and be so rooted in, I'm going to be safe as long as I don't do this. No, you're actually doing things that are so harmful to yourself, and it's coming at such a high cost financially, emotionally, mentally, physically, and to those around you. Welcome back to my brand new Fear Files series for part 2, the Zero Fucks Operating System, where we reprogram your mind to stop being everyone else's emotional puppet. Let me ask you something. Remember that time you finally snapped? That moment where you were so damn tired of caring about what others thought that something inside you just broke. It's like the sweet spot of pure liberation. I'm kind of hoping January 2025 did that for you, because there's a lot of people I talk to who are finally in the ZFG zone. Like, it broke you down to the point where you have none left to give. That wasn't just you breaking. That was you awakening. And the next however many minutes before my nail appointment, so I'm hoping I'm going to be able to do this episode in under 30, I am going to show you how to access that state at will. No more anxiety spirals about Susan's opinion of your life choices. No more letting fear of judgment hijack your decision. No more emotional hostage situations. So get ready to install the most powerful upgrade to your mental operating system. The Zero Fucks protocol isn't about being cold. It's about being free. Part 2, your liberation starts now. What up, my people, my posse, my fellow crazies? It's your host, Tiffany Carter, and this is the show that is going to help you grow your business, your bank account, that big, beautiful brain of yours, your abundance, your relationships, and everything in between. I am so freaking happy. It's February, and I wanted to do this brand new series so that you can get into this new energy, this new fuck it vibe, and be able to really reclaim and claim the abundance that you desire and that you deserve in your life. Let me tell you something. In order to have what it is you want, and this really goes for any area of your life, but I know we talk a lot here about money, about business. If you're watching here on ProjectME TV on YouTube, you're going to A, see an upgrade, and B, see me podcasting from just like real life situations. I'm not always going to be sitting in my little studio here at the beach or at my quiet house. You're going to see me in the money bed. You're going to see me in hotel rooms. You're going to see me in bathtubs, and you're going to see me on the cuddler, which is where I'm currently at. So I highly suggest you go over there just for the pure entertainment of it all. Before we get into this episode, you better be signed up for my free live training series that I only do once a year, 3 days to make bank online in your business. Okay? It's a max of 5,000 people that we can take because it's live. So don't think we're not going to hit it. We are now at 2,000 signups. You guys are not joking around this year. It's March 4th, 5th, and 6th. So I've given you plenty of time. You can block it out of your phone. You can call in sick to work. You can have someone watch the kids. There is no excuse, and you're going to want to do it, because it's exactly the stuff that I teach you in my ProjectME Posse business coaching membership, inside Selling with Soul, my signature program. If you work with me privately, is that when you do that law of reciprocity and you really give something of value, that goodwill and that rapport and that relationship it builds with your community comes back to you 100 times over. So this is not some sales fest. This is not some generic overhaul of a bunch of information and then you're left not knowing what to do. No, I'm giving you straight up action that you are going to implement into your business, no matter where you're at in your business. You could be starting from scratch. You could be 20 years in. If you want to get leads and make sales online, this is a priority training for you. You can swipe up. The sign up registration link is inside the show notes. It's also in the description here on YouTube, or go to projectmewithtiffany.com/make bank. So I get asked a lot of times, how did you get to this zero fucks given zone? And that is a term I've coined. I have also coined the fun jingle that I do with it. Zero fucks given. Where did this come from? And this is going to help you. I used to give too many most of my life. I am someone with complex PTSD. I went through many, many years of abuse growing up. You can listen to the first, I think it's 5 chapters of my book that is out on my podcast, From Abuse to Abundance, if you are so interested in hearing my story, which is very graphic. Just trigger warning, okay? And I had no self-worth. I used to mimic and mask and pretend that I did because I knew in order to kind of survive in this wild world and to be able to pay bills and survive in the business world, you had to do that. But it wasn't sincere. It wasn't real. I was just a mess inside. It was kind of like, what do people say? It's like a duck paddling in a pond. They look so serene and like they're just really not doing anything on the surface, but below their little feet are going like 1,000,000 miles per hour. That is how I was for a majority of my life. And a lot of people didn't know that. I would get comments all the time of, oh, I wish I was as competent as you. Oh, you have your shit together. And then I would think in my head, if they only knew, they have no idea. And then it made me feel like a fraud. And then that imposter syndrome came up because it was not even close to the truth. I felt like I was always hanging on by a thread, which is exhausting. So those of you who feel you're in some version of that spot, I just want you to know, like, I know what that takes for you to operate every day like that. And I promise you there's another way if you so choose to trust me in what I'm teaching you here. When you are holding on and carrying so many of these fucks about what people think, what people say, what could happen, what if this doesn't happen, what if this does happen, what if I don't make my money back, what if this doesn't work, what if I fail, what are my parents going to think? You know, everyone's going to think this of me. What are the people from high school going to think? Oh, people are going to cringe when they see my videos, you know, blah, 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 blah. What is that really doing for you? All it is keeping you stuck in place. It's keeping you small. It is preventing you from living up to your true, like genuine gifts and purpose on this earth. And it's a form of self-protection. So I'm kind of calling you out. And I feel I have the right to, because A, I'm your coach. B, I used to do the same thing. It's a sneaky form of self-protection. And it's also a form of self-abandonment. Yeah. Not fun. It can even be a form of actual like emotional abuse on yourself. It's not good. Like, I would hope you wouldn't treat someone else the way you treat yourself. When we are giving so much energy to other people, we're basically saying, I'm not going to do the things that I'm wanting to do. I'm not going to do the actions I know I need to take in my business and in my life in order to have the lifestyle I want, the abundance I want, the freedom of time that I want. Instead, I'm going to allow other people, places, and things to dictate how my life goes and my future and even my bank account. And when you hear it like that, it's like, that ain't cute. That is not a good thing. We're not doing that anymore. Not on my watch. But you have to get to the point of fuck it. And everything that comes after that is always a good thing. So you've probably been at that point before in your life. Maybe it's been in a relationship. It could have been in a job where you just like had enough, or you're just like sick of your own shit. I need you to get that way about whatever you know is holding you back. Your procrastination, your overthinking, overanalyzing, your scarcity, all of the stuff spinning in your mind. It's like you are not going to get to where you want to go and have the happiness that you want if you continue giving way too much time and energy and attention to your fears. You're like really feeding them. In fact, it's not even just feeding your fears, you're fueling them. It's like a campfire that's almost out, and right when it's almost out, you're pouring gasoline on it, you know, and then it starts going to go out again. And then you put more gasoline on it. And it's like, you're doing that. You're in control of doing this thing. And I really feel that this last 4 months, I'll speak for myself, but it's been a high test, which I'm really done being tested. Thank you, universe. Like, I need a reprieve. I just want to make sure that's clear out there. Okay. Like, no more tests. I need a break. And what it did show me though, like, cause there's always such great lessons in the mess, is it did show me that this whole ZFG zone of mine that I teach, that I preach, that I embody, it really is sincere. It really put it into practice. Am I going to allow someone else's self-sabotage, someone else's addiction, someone else's low self-esteem, someone else's, resentment of me because they're not doing what they need to do in their life, and they resent the fact that I am because it like reflects back on them and holds a mirror up in their face? Am I going to allow that to diminish my brand, to back off of my goals, to take the foot off of the gas of the things that I want to create and do and offer and be in this world? Hell no. No, 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 no. Not happening. I don't care if you're married to the person. I don't care if it's someone that you are blood related to. It does not matter to me. Someone else can share their opinion, even though you didn't ask for it. They can share it, but you don't have to take it in. Someone else's opinion is a reflection of their inner thoughts, their inner beliefs, and their own life experience. So let me give you an example. I am preparing here for my big launch of my signature program, Selling with Soul, that only comes out once a year. This gets launched during my 3 days to make bank live free training, which your asses are signed up for, and you know where to go for that. Okay. And I am going at it at a bigger level this year. I want thousands and thousands and thousands and thousands of people into Make Bank. Why? Not just because, oh, that's great, that's more people in my community and I can make more money. Well, I have a business, so of course those things are going to happen. But I want more people to be exposed to this show because I know how many millions of people this has helped heal their relationship with money, with themselves, with trauma, with them getting out of their own way and making lifestyle changing cash for themselves and their families. Like, I know what I have here. And in order to go big, right, I have to grow and expand on a much bigger level, which is very scary. So those of you who are being called to expand, or you're wanting to go at a bigger level and you're wanting different things in your life, the reason you've experienced such pain, such chaos, such drama, such mind fuckery in your head that's going on is you are being pushed. In fact, you are even being forced to expand and grow so that you can have those manifestations and those things that you're actually wanting. You cannot have things that you want on a bigger level while staying in your safe, comfy spot. It's not possible. So my point with this example of this launch is I was telling somebody about like how I'm investing more in ads and how it can be scary because you're spending a lot of money and there is no guarantee it's coming back. Now, this is what I specialize in, and I know my strategy is proven and vetted, so the odds are heavily stacked in my favor, but there's no guarantees in life, period. There's no guarantees that you run a Super Bowl ad that you're going to make money back from it. Now, there's a lot of stats and proven data that you will, but there still ultimately is no guarantee, which is scary, right? And I was just, I don't know, I was having this conversation with this person. And when I told the person how much, I was investing in order to go at this big level, they projected their own shit on me. Oh my God, that's crazy. I would never do that. Are you sure you should be doing that? Blah, 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 blah. And this is someone who is successful in their own right. This isn't like some broke ass. And for a split second, it like tickled that fear part of me where it was like, oh my God, are you being crazy, Tiffany? Are you being delusional? Like, why are you investing so much in your business growth? Like, Was this a bad idea? And then I snapped out of it. Like even while I was standing there listening to them, and I just went ZFG, ZFG, ZFG. This is their own stuff. So that's my first trick and tip for you. When someone is talking to you, just go ZFG, ZFG. If it's something that is counterintuitive, if it's something that goes against what you're wanting to do, that doesn't mean that you don't take in genuine constructive advice from people that you asked for that advice. Okay. But you have to consider the source and consider that someone is projecting their own wounds on you. It happens in interpersonal relationships. You know, like someone might not like a certain person that you're dating because they've dated, 15 Geminis and they were all horrible. So they don't date Geminis. Well, that's their experience. That's okay for them. That doesn't have to be for you. So ZFG, what do you need to say ZFG to for you to expand to your next level? The ZFGs is really a representation of the unnecessary shit that you're holding on to that's like a dead weight holding you back. People's judgment, people's opinions, what someone might do, fear of being abandoned, fear of going broke. That's what that like line of mine represents. What is it that you need to let go of and say, ZFG, I'm not buying into this anymore, that would set you free to go to the next level? Is it your fear of it not working out? Is it your fear of investing money, like real money into your business? And this is one of the last times, by the way, I'm going to be offering my private coaching. It's my exclusive 2-month private business coaching program. We already have 2 of the 4 spots are already taken by the time that I'm recording this. And I want to be clear, this is the highest level way to work with me. This is a significant investment. Okay, people take loans out to work with me at this level because this is what's going to get your business at that next level. This is what is going to set you up so that you continue to have that growth. And so you can apply to work with me at this level by swiping up. It's in the show notes in the description on YouTube. But please do not apply unless if you're uncomfortable investing more than, anything more than $10,000 in your business, then this is not the space for you at all right now. This is working at a top tier level. And look at when you're wanting to have like a top-notch surgery done. Do you play cheap with that? You're wanting to have certain decor if you had an in-person business or a restaurant. Do you really want to go with like cheap table and chairs in a restaurant? They're probably not going to last so long. Are you going to go to someone who does cheap, janky nails or eyebrows and expect that to last or expect those to look good? It's no different in business, okay? I have different offers for you to work with me at different levels based on where you're at. Truly, it's your palette of fear. It's your palette of 0 fucks. How much do you want this? How much are you betting on yourself? And you're going all in on your business. You're going all in on your dreams. You're going all in on the thing that you want and the lifestyle that you want. And the people who want to go all in, that is the holy grail to work with me. And you want to know what's interesting? A majority of the people who work with me at this level, they're not sitting on a pile of cash. They're well aware they're not on a pile of cash. They're hiring me to get the pile of cash. You know what I'm saying? Like, that's why they're coming to me. But I have my other option, which is my ProjectME Posse business group coaching membership with weekly live trainings. You get a portal of over 350 courses of mine, workshops of mine. You get a private, highly supported community. I mean, this is unheard of in the industry. It doesn't even make sense that I give this much for this low of a price. It's $3.33 a day if you do the month-to-month option. If you do the most popular annual option, it's something like $2 a day because you get 2 months for free. So we just did how to start and grow a profitable email list from scratch. And then we did how to create a freebie that converts into like die hard customers and clients. And I'm teaching you unique, actionable strategies that you can apply immediately. And those are in there for you to watch right now. So you can swipe up in the show notes, go to projectmewithtiffany.com/Project Me Posse. So you can't say you don't have an option. You have a free option with my live make bank training. You have a very ridiculously affordable option inside my membership. And you have a top tier option for those of you who are done fucking around. My point in sharing that is when you are looking at doing different levels of things, it really is representative of your levels of fucks to give. I'm no longer giving my fucks to fear. I'm no longer giving my fucks to worry. I'm no longer giving my fucks to what if. I am no longer going to listen to what so-and-so said from 5 years ago. I'm no longer giving in to the inner bully and the nonsense in my head. And that is what typically represents with people how successful they are in starting and growing and scaling their business, is their palette for risk. And I'm a risk adverse person, I might add, okay, which is incredibly common with a trauma survivor, someone with complex PTSD. But what I also know is that if I kept playing small, playing safe, worried about this, giving all my energy to worry, what about this, and caring so much about what people think and what they might say, I wouldn't be talking to you right now. I've been bullied for my voice my entire life. And this voice is what is making me millions of dollars, helping millions of people. You know, I would have kept playing small. That's also why it took me 10 years to start this podcast, was I was giving too many fucks. 10 years went by. Do you want to let another month, another 6 months, another year go by where you're sitting idle on your life? You might take a few steps forward, but you ultimately go 5 steps back. Or you really never end up going anywhere, but you really want to, which chews up so much time and anguish and in shame and in beating yourself up. Or are you going to say F it? You know, like you have got to say F it to the things that have been holding you back. And I really want you to get there with this episode. That's what's going to set yourself free. Now, there's different iterations of ZFG. I just become more and more unhinged over time. I would say I'm at a point now that my level of fucks is it's really small. But someone, when I say that, and this always happens, then I get tested, then there's some really mean, some nasty ass person sends some horrible, mean, cutting email. That happened to me when I launched my money and manifestation program last year. Oh God, it was a single space full page email it was so mean that I still think it was my mother. I mean, I feel like it was almost like it was someone who knew me. It was so cutting, and it's like, I don't care random haters saying stuff that doesn't bother me. It's when people like do me dirty, that stuff can still throw me sideways, like betrayal from someone that it wasn't expected, because I'm human, and why wouldn't that, and who wouldn't that bother? But the difference is I don't let it take me off course for days and days and days or weeks. I was recently betrayed, and I was not expecting it, and it was wild. And I got to tell you, I was furious. I was pissed. I was hurt. My system was dysregulated, but you want to know what? I could be both at the same time. I felt all those things and I got into action to fix it. I felt all those things and I still showed the fuck up, because I am not going to let another person's bullshit, their own toxic behavior, self-sabotage behavior, ruin my business, my brand, my life, my energy, my mood, my health. Hell no, I've allowed that for too long from too many people. So you can have both at the same time. My therapist said this to me, which was so helpful. She's like, you can feel betrayed and also supported. You can feel dysregulated and productive. it's not either or, but we can go into that black and white like thinking when we are in fear and we're absorbed in the fear. You can be afraid and make the investment. I do it all the time. I'm doing it right now as we speak. Right now, I literally have money, real cash flying out in real time constantly on TikTok and Meta ads. Right fucking now, more than I ever have before. Okay? Like it's just ticking away. So it's like I can be afraid and be like nervous and like also excited, and I can be hopeful and abundant and prosperous at the same time. So you reminding yourself of that. I can be scared this is not going to work and show up and post the fucking video anyway. I can be afraid to trust Tiffany as a coach because I've been burned by other coaches before and I've spent money before that it didn't work. I can be afraid, but I can also do the damn thing anyway because I'm not going to allow what has happened in the past to hold me back from my future. I want you to answer this for yourself. What is it costing me to continue to stay in this fear energy and this worry energy? What is it stopping me from doing? Listen, I've had people steal from me. I've had people assault me. I've had people use me. I've had people who I thought were friends just be total fucking scams. I've had a lot of shit happen. I have hired people. I've invested money in people where it was a total waste. This is part of life and business. Okay. There's no way around it when you're really in the game of life that's going to happen. I guess the one way to avoid it is by being a recluse, playing small, never doing anything. But then that's going to come at a big cost. You know, you're going to pigeonhole yourself into a box that's so small that ultimately that's going to be the thing that destroys you. So what is it costing you to continue to go, I'm never going to hire somebody again because I spent all this money on this thing and it didn't work. I'm never going to date again because, or get married again because this and this and that. I'm not going to join another workout program because the last 5 I did, I never follow through with. And so why bother? Now you're just losing twice. That's when the shit gets really expensive. Like, so you did a launch or you put out a freebie, you started a podcast, I don't know, you did video posts, I don't know, and it didn't really pan out so well. So what, you're just never going to do it again? I mean, that's insane when you really have it reflected back at you. What is it costing you? Do you think these music artists that we love, that all of their first albums are a hit? You know how many of them actually get like fired from record labels and then have to go to different labels? And then it's not until like their third album that hits and they keep showing up and they keep showing up. Or they could quit. They could quit on their dream. Is that worth it to you to quit on your dream because some other people were shim-shams, other people were toxic, other people were bullshit, other people wanted to take you down, other people were just nasty or evil? I mean, I know people that during, the heavy peak of the cancel culture that were canceled with death threats. I had a client who went mega viral when she started working with me right away. I'm talking heavy viral, like over and over and over again. And they had to install like security cameras at their house. It was insane. And did she like disappear and not pursue her dream of having a personal brand and in the business, that sector that she's in, and career coaching and doing all of this stuff? No. Was there a few days that she had to come offline and regroup? Obviously. And of course, and she's flourishing now. Are you going to let something stop you and get in the way of the life that you want when life is so damn short, when we really don't know how long we have here or how long we have here even in good health? It's like restrictive and abusive on yourself. If you really think about it, it's like you're a prisoner to yourself by trying to keep yourself safe. You're really allowing that fear to control you and be so rooted in, I'm going to be safe as long as I don't do this. No, you're actually doing things that are so harmful to yourself, and it's coming at such a high cost financially, emotionally, mentally, physically, and to those around you. Because when you're not happy and you're not fulfilled and you're filled with fear and you're filled with resentment and shame and self judgment because you're not doing the thing that you want to do, or it's not working at the level that you want to work, and you're just not going for it and living an exhilarating, exciting life and like taking the risk and doing the damn thing anyway, you're kind of not the most fun person to be around, and you know it. You're not, because you don't really love being around yourself a lot of times. You're sick of yourself. I know. I've been there. And that's when you're being called to grow and let go. You can't grow without letting go. And that's what zero fucks given. It's a fun way of, and an empowering way to remind yourself and to give yourself the permission to say, you know what, ZFG, ZFG to my fear of it not working, ZFG to me caring what someone thinks about at my, like a coworker at my job, or what my parents going to think about that I'm switching careers and you're an adult now, you know, or so-and-so's going to be mad at me, or I'm already in debt. And like, if I spend more money, and what if this doesn't work? Well, how are you going to get out of debt? What's your plan? Because you're not going to save your way out of debt. I hate to break it to you. Unless you're just in a little bit of amount of debt, you're not going to save your way to wealth and financial freedom. I can promise you that. I used to be a coupon clipper. Okay. I know. It's not going to work. You've got to grow and expand your way into pursuing your thing that you're passionate about and taking the risk and going for it. Don't you want to be that example for your current children or your future children or just people in your own community? I am going this big and this next level because I have to practice what I preach and I teach to all of you. I can't go, I'm too scared, you know, like this, I already make enough money. I'm just going to stay right here. Fuck that. No, 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 no. We're going for it. I'm terrified and I'm doing it anyway. I can feel both, and I'm not going to allow my fears, my inner critic, stuff that I picked up from my childhood, other people's own money fears being projected on me to prevent me from serving at my highest capacity and stepping into my next level abundance. And neither are you. And I want you to declare that. Take a screenshot of this episode, share it in your Instagram, Facebook stories, share it on TikTok. You can follow me on Instagram and TikTok at ProjectME with Tiffany, over here on YouTube at ProjectME TV. The ways to work with me, the 3 ways, are all inside the show notes. So you can swipe up in the description on YouTube. You know what to do. Make a damn move. Make the move that you would make with removing the fucks. What is the move that you would make after saying, you know what, fuck it? And that's your most abundant move. Wishing you great health, wealth, and worth as always. Love you.